Getting in news, the UNSC adopted a resolution requiring the Taliban to honor their commitment to let people freely leave Afghanistan, but the measure did not cite a safe zone mentioned by French President Emmanuel Macron. The resolution, drafted by the United States, Britain and France, was passed with 13 votes in favor and no objections. China and Russia, we are being told, abstain. Let me quickly bring in my colleague Natasha joining us from the Afghan desk. Natasha, take us through the details. China and Russia, we are being told, abstain, which is no surprise really. But there is widespread fear now with the departure of the foreign forces that Afghanistan under Taliban could act as a safe haven for terrorists. So that particular angle being discussed at the UNSC. Also, departure that must be allowed of those who still want to leave the country. What more can you tell us?
Right, Christine. So news just coming in that UNSC has adopted a resolution. 12 countries have signed this resolution and 2 abstaining, that is Russia and China. Now the major highlights of this draft resolution, if I can just read, they have in the strongest word condemned the attacks on Kabul airport, and the demands also are of Afghan territory not to be used to threaten or attack any country or to shelter or train terrorists. Now, they have also called to strengthen efforts to provide humanitarian assistance to Afghanistan. They've called on all parties to allow full, safe and unhindered access for the United Nations, its agencies and implementing partners and actors engaged in humanitarian relief activity. And they also reaffirm the importance of upholding human rights, including those of women, children, minorities, and encourages all parties to seek an inclusive, negotiated political settlement with full, equal, and meaningful participation of women that responds to the desire of Afghans to sustain and build on Afghanistan's gains over the last 20 years in adherence to the rule of law, and underlines that all parties must respect their obligations. So very, very clear resolution coming in from the UN Security Council. They are demanding safe passage of every Afghan that wants to return to any country, and they're also calling for women's participation in politics and education. So again, 13 countries have signed this, and only 2 abstaining, that is Russia and China. Back to you in the studios.
All right, many thanks for getting us those details, Natasha. Of course, important resolution that has now been passed, which also highlights once again how it expects the Taliban will adhere to these commitments that have been made, including safe, secure and orderly departure from Afghanistan of Afghans and all foreign nationals. So the Council, through the resolution, taking note of the security situation that is emerging in Afghanistan, the kind of attacks that have taken place just recently, and the UNSC now adopting Afghanistan resolution.